Today I'm at Lhong 1919 with Dr Saran, fifth generation of the Wanglee family and curators of this fantastic new event destination. Hello, Dr Saran.
Good afternoon.
Can you tell us a bit about the venue?
So this place, Lhong 1919, is a very important place that holds relationships between Thai and Chinese trading industries. In 1919, our family was in our second generation of the business already. The rice trading was relatively successful, and coupled with the global economic recession post-World War I, we took over the management of this place. As a Wanglee, I pass this place 3-4 times a year. Pretty much everyone took it for granted. It was an old office, old building with old people living around here. Until 2 years ago, this place, which predominantly is used as an office and storage for the rice, the people living here were getting very old, and the condition wasn't conducive for modern day living. So we decided to relocate them. As soon as that was done, what became very apparent initially was buildings which are left unattended deteriorates very quickly. We could start to see rapid deterioration, and that's when it came to pass that it needs to be restored. It would be such a shame if one was to collapse, and then it would just make so much more sense to just knock it down and then think about what we could build on it. So that's really the initial thought before it became Lhong 1919. So we started the restoration process, and that's when we started to see the value, the history, the really, really rich history of this place, coupled with the discovery of the murals painting, which has been pretty much in the news because these are original frescoes that were painted when the building was built. And we tried to restore it in such a way that it represents this place had it been looked after very well for its whole life, not as if it was finished yesterday. The great thing, the really rich history, and I think it means a lot to maybe just a few people, is that to have a piece of history like this in such condition, money cannot buy, time alone cannot buy, and it's a combination of people's negligence or the fact that they don't know, ignorance, by painting over these pictures, because it was out of fashion, and us deciding to restore it because it would have been so easy just to knock it down and build something else, right? And to see this, and that really creates a very rich background for us to build anything on. By the time we're restoring, we're exploring options as well. This place is sits on a space by the Japria River, 6 rai of land, which is relatively big. On our opening night, I think we had about over 4,000 people here. But to make this place into an event space, which means we have a lot of big space, which is available to be rented on a certain basis, means that most of the time it's a very open space, and it gives value to a lot of people. You see a lot of river space, people trying to milk out as much as possible from the piece of land they have. But because this is our family land, and we intend to maintain its integrity architecturally, historically, as much as possible. But because it's merely a structure with some really pretty paintings, it's not a museum. I don't have ancient, delicate relics lying around to be shown. We're not a museum operator. What we think and what we've done to make Lhong 1919 probably suitable for hosting events is we want to make it contemporary with more than sufficient amenities to host modern days events. We think this provides a good backdrop, an interesting new backdrop, apart from the usual venues which would come on the list, for people nowadays where creativity is boundless to come and incorporate it with a part of history. And for us, as the management of this place, to learn from it as well, from what this place could become. A lot of places that in the initial plans could have been rented out for restaurants, we decided, maybe we keep to exude the capacity that other people will bring. And there's many combinations of the free spaces that we've had. After we opened, the grand opening was a very successful event, and immediately after we We hosted one big event for IFLA, I think it's International Federation of Landscape Architects, here as a night gala dinner. So in the hall, which only 3 years ago was storing rice. So we're gradually learning. We're not a catering company, we're not an event organizing company, but we try to manage this place and learn by working with people who come and host or come and share their resources here, including our tenants as well. The way we choose our tenants, our restaurants, the shops that come here, they all add to enhance the history that already stands here, and we decide to bring it back to the people. The building itself is the compound, actually, the compound. We value it as a national treasure, and I think the rest of the public values that too. In terms of the paintings itself, it gave us the impetus to dedicate ourselves into restoring it as best as we could, and I think it provides a really important source for new generations of restorers, historians to come and learn from it. And that's why we keep one part still in restoration, so people can come and learn about restoring. And with this, we have other events like Chinese operas, which come and enhance the venue. With the paintings and restoring process, with the availability of worshipping Mazuo, with the Chinese opera coming in, with the community coming in, we hosted an event while we were having the market. People going to blend in with each other and not overlap with one another. The space here I think, is big enough to accommodate all of that, and I think that event, first one was very successful, and we have a lot more in line. And they're all very creative, very different.
So for anyone who's watching this video and they haven't visited Lhong 1919, because it's fairly new, it's amazing that you have this incredible national treasure and landmark, and you've restored it, and a lot of places like that, they just open for corporate events and rest of the time they're closed. But you've opened the doors to the community, so if an individual person wants to come over, there's opportunities in the evening to have dinner here. You've got restaurants.
Yes.
And
Yes, indeed.
So the venue is event friendly, as you mentioned. A corporate meeting planner wishing to do a gala dinner can hire the place or part of Lhong 1919.
Of course, in our next event, actually, there will be an outside caterer coming in.
And getting to the venue, how would a group of corporates arrive at the venue?
The most convenient way, I think, for international events to come by boat. There are two piers here. One crosses over from the Chinatown area. When we have events, we can charter a shuttle boat which runs around from places which are very easy to get to, either public transport from BTS Taksin, Tasi Priya, which is very popular, and also River City.
So for a client who wants to charter a boat and have a cocktail reception on board, cruise along the Chao Phraya River of Kings, and then arrive at the venue after a cocktail cruise, your piers can accommodate the larger boats to dock here.
Actually, on Sunday, we had a boat which carried 400 people docked here. I was quite surprised. There was a good 300 plus people on one of those big dinner cruise boats. Docked fine, no problem.
And lastly, how would an event planner contact the venue and book the venue? Is there a website?
We have our Facebook, has all the contacts there. We're very accommodating, as I say. We are new, the whole team is new. Although very competent, we are new in the business. We're happy to collaborate with people, and it's a good learning experience. We are sitting on something which is historical. To couple that with anything which someone would be willing to come and try would be very, very interesting.
Dr. Saran, congratulations on restoring and bringing Lhong 1919 back to life. I think your ancestors would be very proud and delighted of what you've achieved.
I hope so. I don't think they've come to my dreams yet. Maybe soon, maybe soon.
A great venue for corporate meeting planners to consider, and thank you for watching.